wherever and whenever you are, and welcome.
We're just showing fingers.
To Phoenix Wiki. Fingers, all fingers, high fingers.
Hey, get them fingers out.
Let's go, hand. Okay. So, welcome back to Phoenix Wiki. And we're ready to go. I hope you are all too. Welcome in, everybody. Hope you're doing fine over there. Thank you for everyone jumping in chat and letting those phoenixes fly. It's a pleasure to see you all. Oh, hang on. God damn it. Are we okay? Okay. Thank God. Sorry. I was like, do we have no sound? But no, it's because I added new things that have sound. Stings but don't make sound, and it's like, oh no, those are crystals. Why do the crystals appear in the sound mixer? I don't know.
To remind you.
To remind you.
Hey, Brewingall, joining me on my Twitch journey today. We started over at Blue Box. We went through Lord Gus Humber, and now we're here. Thank you, Brewingall. Good to see you. Right. Okay. Yes, we are audible. Excellent. Now, as we are jumping back in here, let us give a shout out to a couple of folks. First and foremost, the fabulous CZRPG. Is this going to work? Tries new overlay thing. Huzzah! Yes! Okay, so welcome everyone to our new overlay screen here. Today's giveaway is the fabulous Red Woods from CZRPG, a fantastic one-shot or drop-in location for your games. Thank you, Phantom. Yes, check out the fabulous CZRPG and all their stuff. Hey, thanks for that sub, McLover, gifted to our friend Brewingall there. I even pulled up the rundown here. The Red Woods is a peaceful and beautiful forest filled with red maple and redbud trees, hidden from most of the world via illusion magic. The nearby common folk visit the woods yearly as part of the Crimson Festival, in which they bring offerings to the Fey people who live in the grove. But the woods now face the menace of the Sharp Claws, evil druids who claim the forest for themselves. Can the party help the Fey take their home back? So, this is a fantastic one-shot and drop-in location for your games. There are custom stat blocks in here, original artwork, 3 battle maps with 41 variations of daytime and weather, etc., and a regional map of the area. And with these Sharpclaw druids, there is a new druid subclass as well, the Circle of the Sharpclaw. So, an awesome giveaway for today. If you want your chance to win, ! Enter in the chat, and you can have this wonderful thing in your games too. So, good luck for that, everybody. It does look pretty, doesn't it? It's a beautiful cover. Okay, so yeah, everyone do jump in on that. And, McLover, who would you like a spin of the wheel to go to as we drop back to these fine folks over here? Oop.
The legend paying you forward.
Indeed. Okay, so yeah, everyone jump into that giveaway there. Good luck, OG. So yeah, McLover, who gets that spin of the wheel there, my friend? And whilst you're thinking about that, let me also shout out the fabulous Ryu Toshi, who does our art for this. To Corbin, of course.
Yeah.
Welcome back, Corbin.
Check out the fabulous
Did
Ritoshi
you miss
over on
me?
Instagram. Yes, quite frankly. You should check out their stuff on Instagram. They're awesome character art, and we look forward to having the Anastasia art sorted soon.
I know.
Watch the
I can't
space.
wait.
Oh god, I mean, yeah.
I know you can't like tell us. Oh gosh, I cannot see you guys. I should put this back on.
Speak to me, Blurs. Speak to me. Good luck, everyone.
Come on, my good old friends, the Stigma and Tism.
Phantom, you won the giveaway on Monday. What are you doing?
Get out of here.
Get out. Check your Discord messages.
Oh, there you guys go.
I sent it to you already. Okay, so yes, do check out that wonderful art from Yutoshi there. Scrolling by beside me here. And speaking of things scrolling by, next to our good friend Kalo over there, you can see the logos of various generous people and organizations who support the channel. Their links will be popping through chat from time to time. Please give them a look and get cool stuff for your games as well. Right, now, last time we were here in the Stone Giant Library of Graven Hollow. Our adventurers, driven by a desire to save the world from the abyssal incursion that has risen up from the abyss into to the tunnels and chambers of the deep, deep Underdark. They were traveling here to try and discover the root of the abyssal incursion. Why had it happened? Who was responsible? And what could they do about it? They arrived, being magically allowed to discover the library by the library itself, and started to look around and enjoy their various original tailor-made rooms that the library created. Corbin's was a zoo. And as they rested and rose the next day, ready to check out all of the wonders of Graven Hollow, they discovered echoes of past and future visitors to the library. But these are not just visions that you can see ghosting around the place. No, you can actually interact and talk with them. They met the rather famous daughter of Mistral, one of the fabulous sisters of the goddess of the daughters of the goddess of magic, who was here on an errand from who knows when, Kalo, because we don't ask when they're from. The one rule which Kalo immediately broke.
One rule
on every.
Oh my God, Kalo,
every time you met someone.
Hey, so what time are you from?
First words out of your mouth every time.
Just like duct tape the mouth for this present encounter, literal and metaphorical.
Yeah, just have webs to just wrap you up in spider silk, just cocoon you for the period. And you yes, you discovered a couple of other echoes as well, moving around the place, and also a current, real world, if you will, visitor who was here at the same time as you, so was actually their flesh and blood, a drow wizard named Vizerin, who is rather annoyed and unenamored of drow society, and is often working against the evils of Mensa Baransan and the matron mothers there. And they were here with their bodyguard, the Death Slad Cleave. Now, something interesting happened, Corbin. This Death Slad, telepathically, so you guys didn't hear it, but telepathically communicated with Anastasia, and was very excited to see her. Although Vizerin didn't react to her at all. They talked with you and said that they were also here to determine what was going on with these demons, bursting forth into the Underdark, and to look for a way and a means to sort out the problem. And they suggested that you split up, go your separate ways, and discover as much information as possible about what is happening, and to reconvene at a later date. You travelled down to the archives of the past, as the library separated past, present, and future, even the future, and using the stone speaker crystal that Corbin has, a gift from the stone giants of Gracklestug. I wonder if they're in the movie. Has anyone seen the movie yet? Not yet, no. Okay, because the movie goes to Gracklestug because Thembershard is there, the giant chunky red dragon.
I'm going to.
They stole the egg
from
from
Saturday.
Nice. I'm going on Sunday. Yeah, going with my kids on Sunday. And yeah, I wonder if the stone giants are in that Gracklestug scene, because they're definitely there. Because Thembershard's there, and there's that wide shot, right?
So fun.
There's the wide shot with the canyon down the middle, where you guys went into, where all the Darrow were. So yeah, I'm curious how much. Apparently, it's like very, very high paced, and they just like rocket all over the place, like a bunch of locations. So
like
I don't know how
tits kind of thing.
Yeah, I don't know how in depth each location will be featured, but we shall see. I'm excited, and everyone's saying good things, which is pleasing. Thank God.
Right now, I'm just laughing because everyone's thirsting over who I assume is the Bard character. They're like, he steals the show, and I'm like, buddy, you're doing this on purpose. This is a marketing technique. I just know it.
Really, Papa. I hope you can find one soon. I'm surprised. I'm surprised it's here in my Japanese city as of day of release as well. It's starting tomorrow, but I can't get there until Sunday.
Geez, usually it's like 6 months later.
No, that starts even here in Iwaki. It starts tomorrow. Yeah, it's great. All right, so I believe that's where we left things off last time, as you were going on your separate ways. Now, you have the ability to find out information about various different things. Okay, in the past, you can think about, how did the various demon lords arrive? What was going on there in the different cities? In the present, you could find out the present situation of the places you visited, things like that. In the future is a little tricky, as the stone giant in charge of the future, their visions and divinations are being clouded and messed up by chaotic influences, shall we say. So, over to you, my friends. As you clamber up the stairs to the next level, what would you like to do, and what tidbits of information are you aiming to get for yourselves as we head on over to the library? Courtesy of Sirenscape. Thank you, Sirenscape. The present was here. Sorry, I forget which one I was using for which level.
I think the first thing Kayla will do is go to Anastasia, just kind of after the little encounter with Vizarin and the Slod. Anastasia, you've only been down here for a little bit, but it seems like you've made a new enemy? That Slodgy looked like it was eyeing you up. Is that typical where you're from?
No, I think it might be a mistaken identity thing. I'm not gonna lie to you, he's an old friend of mine.
Sorry, Alexia, still a little smidge quiet. Can you boost it?
That
Yeah,
only
I'm not
raises more questions.
What do you mean? I know a lot of people. I've been a lot of places,
One of those faces.
He's good. Don't worry about him. He has a weird way of showing it. It's hard with a face like that to know if that's a grimace or a smile.
Fair.
Duly noted. That was quite the grimace. All right, if you're sure.
If you see him on all fours, run in a zigzag. Treat it like a gator.
Serpentine?
Yeah.
Serpentine!
Yeah, if he's still bipedal, he's in a good mood.
To know. Well, if you need to satiate your book and you need a body bag, just throw me at the problem and then your book can take care of the rest.
I appreciate the offer. I'd like to hope nothing gets to that point in here, though.
Certainly has it. You'll just scorching ray the rest of it. Right. Let's shall we ask the question, or shall we let me lead and get us into more trouble?
Honestly, I want to see what horrors you can cause without me here.
You are the worst babysitter. You are the worst babysitter. I'll leave you alone with the Kalo for 5 seconds.
Zakan, what are you feeling?
Deeply concerned, as usual, but regardless of how time works in here, I think we still shouldn't linger. If we can ask our questions of the present, then that is where we should head.
President company included, I'm sure.
Myself?
You and Corbin. Corbin's here. Corbin, you were in a bit of a daze. How are you holding up? I know we asked a lot of questions down there.
How was imprinting with the baby?
What
Cool.
baby?
Hey!
Baby, where's the what baby?
Fire beetle,
What?
fire beetle. It's okay.
Yay! Look. You said it's the fire beetle.
I assume, Anastasia, right?
Oh, it's not about the hook horror.
My
so many
new
babies.
baby.
Yes, I will back away
Yeah,
slowly.
the new baby.
Fight.
Like, my new baby's like, oh yeah. Sorry, I just imprinting days. What are we doing? Where are we? We've been walking my legs.
It was very loud in your chambers. I can't imagine you got that much sleep.
Look,
I thought that was
they
normal.
don't look like they do much, but they do so much. And we're just like,
Just feeds him jerky.
Sounded like a menagerie of horrors over there.
oh no, that was just
Hey,
that was just me feeding it. It's fine. They have I told you they have their robes are just long like kind of low-key Ray's outfit from Star Wars. It's a bunch of fabric, but they've sort of baby Bjorn onto their like the front, and it's facing outwards. So yeah, so it's just like and every now and then you just see a hand that's wrapped at this point, and the darts they've had that has like a little bit of meat on it. They're just slowly holding it up so that I figured if it's continuously chewing, it won't scream. We're getting there.
Anyone
Seems
know
to be
the spell
working.
silence?
There's a spell of silence.
There is a
Well,
spell of silence.
Would that I did.
We'll figure it out. It's okay.
Furiously
figure it
checking
out.
my book.
Zukan makes a note of spells to learn. It's like spell of silence, spell of turn this car around.
Wait, actually, I could learn it. It's in there.
It's in
turn this
there.
car around.
Yeah. Incredible.
All right, we're going out.
I'm
Let's
gonna
get
start
this thing
using
back
it
on
whenever
track.
Zakan gets tired. Walk and talk. We are heading towards the present.
Mhm. Always. The future, I guess. Okay.
Rather.
Like as a party, we're not all scrolling through our spell list to look for silence. Okay, so don't
Okay.
ask us those questions.
Hey, Burn. Okay, so you you clamber up to the level of the archives of the present, and once again you see the various dwarven runes over all of the various chambers that have been opened up in the edges of the cavern, and the perpetual comprehend languages effect that is suffusing this area allows you all to read those without any problems. And let's see, where was it?
Comprehend languages / become able to read.
Indeed. And the inscriptions over these chambers were: "The present is like sand, ever flowing and escaping one's grasp, without mercy or respite." And would you like to see a vision or see about some stone giant business?
So, I know it was only a few minutes ago, but it feels like longer. For the present, we were discussing perhaps that we wanted to see if we could get a vision about what is happening in Menzo Baranzan, the sort of ground zero, the nexus of this whole summoning.
Well, not just Menzo Baranzan. We found the origin. We want to see where the footprint is right now. If we're going to have any hope of stopping the rest of it, we're going to need to see where the infection has already rotted.
Indeed. And yes, that's right. I've thought too, again, just a few minutes ago in our conversation, but
Of course.
we had discussed perhaps wanting to know if there is a ritual happening right now somewhere that we could maybe stop in time. We always seem to be one step behind.
Yes.
Would that be more?
Sorry, Corbin, I was just one thing I forgot to catch you up on. The vision you had of the past was, how did this begin? And you were shown a vision of one of the sons of Baenray, that famous house. So one of Jarlaxle's brothers, the head mage in Menzo Baranzan, who Jarlaxle had mentioned to Kalo back in the Dwarven Citadel, as you need to perhaps get your hands on his book, and Kalo is the means to breaking into the Tower Sorcerer and retrieving that. You saw the vision of him creating this massive spell that he was not prepared to look after and keep control of, and it spiraled out of control, and various rents in reality tore open, and demons started clambering through, and it got worse and worse, and that's where the vision ended.
And then we read some books, and the books basically gave us the information that when these sort of abyssal invasions have happened before, really what you can do is just destroy everything that comes through, and if you don't do it in time, then it's permanent.
Yes, although this doesn't seem to be like the vision you had. It didn't seem like it was a portal opening. It seemed like it was a one-off, like, summoning. And Anastasia, I will say, how to phrase this is delicate. It felt to you like it was a summoning spell. You did not walk through an open portal.
I don't know that.
Nope.
I don't hear that.
Nope.
This is like a summoning spell versus being pulled. Okay.
Yeah, you were pulled into the Underdark. Not.
All right.
You did not choose to step through an open doorway.
Wasn't really a portal. It was a very intense invite.
Sorry, are you saying something over there?
No.
Anastasia's just talking with a Galabdur. Oh, interesting. Yeah. Sorry, things to do.
Yep.
Guess small talk is a bit rocky with him.
Haha. Double trouble.
Disadvantage crystal.
Pushes Kalo down the stairs.
Back to the past.
Excuse me, sir. What are you from?
There are so many stairs. No, Anastasia, come on, be more efficient about it. Just tip him over the edge into the well.
Straight down.
Infinite well. Then he appears from the scene. He's like, "You suck." He's going back.
He's like, "Ah, damn it! What in the name of portal?"
I asked that guy where he's from.
At least you didn't ask when he's from.
I should have.
How did you hear what's in between?
Right?
You talk fast.
Incredibly good hearing.
The acoustics are really good. The echoes.
At this point, we're just doing ventriloquism. Gotta throw my voice at the right time so the sentences get longer.
Are you saying we could replace Kello with a puppet? Yes.
One of those beat machines that's just the drum machine. just has
soundboard.
little sayings in it. Soundboard.
When are you from?
When are you from?
I'm
when,
sorry.
When?
That's what you have next time I can't be there. You just see something in the back. Animal noise, Charcuterie, no, fire.
Smite.
Stop that. Put it down. Spit it out.
Fury of blows. And then 5 minutes later. All right, I'm done with my turn.
When you multiclass Barbarian and Monk, is that when it becomes a Fury of Blows?
Ooh, that deserves inspiration right there, chat.
Or Blows of Rage.
Blows of Rage.
That's a porno, but anyways.
Stop it! So close. We were all there. It was hitting the 5-second mark. We were all moving on, and you were just like, yeah.
Just gonna bring it right back.
Stay tuned.
Drive by.
Stay tuned towards the end of Chris Pine's career when those are the
No! The mature catalog. Anyways.
Screaming possum picture.
Dungeons and Dragons. This time it's all about the D.
On
D&D
fire
and
tonight. Oh.
Dungeons and Dragons and double D's.
Thank you, OG.
I concede defeat. You win, John.
Oh gosh. Our rating is just going higher and higher.
Just NC-17 at this point.
Yeah.
Anyways, what was the original point we were talking
I'm
about?
about to say, this was just the
Good
group
fucking question.
montage.
Good fucking question.
This was the group montage in our head as we went through the library, following the person to wherever we're going. This was all a walk and talk.
Cyrus said
Mental
Cyrus gave
powwow.
communication in the library is angry. He's like,
Yeah.
get on with it.
Okay.
Okay, sorry.
So mechanically, it's what we can basically get a vision of like magic, things that are happening through the crystal, but that's once a day per like past, present, future. And then we can look at like basically one book per person if we want to, depending on a role kind of thing.
I mean, yeah, because such. I think I would make you like do a role. I mean, the roles are just for flavor. Like you'll find.
Yeah.
You'll find what you're looking for. It's just to narrate how long it takes, basically.
Cool.
Because it's it is intuitive. What's the word? They have a special word for it. Hang on. What was it?
Like
willful
thinking.
Navigation.
Like you think about the thing and it kind of comes to you, but how clearly you can do that.
Yeah. And by the way, sorry, meta, step out of character for a second, as if we were. How long were we in character?
All good in character.
When you finish for the day and you want to go back to your rooms, you just think about it, and then the next staircase you take goes to your rooms. It's great.
Nice.
Bet.
Convenient.
Yeah, right.
Like,
Why can't that be real though?
Fun to,
Wherever you are, you're just like, I want to go home now. You just open a door and it's in your bedroom.
Great.
Just
power.
I would just open doors and lean forward. So I could fall like that. The one time it didn't work.
It's just a broom closet.
You just fall in a lobby or
I
someplace.
wouldn't be able to listen to other streamers then as I was driving. I need that time. I need that time to catch up with stuff.
You need a time in between.
Especially, I just found out the what's Mark's thing, the British group called High Rollers. High Rollers have started doing a Warhammer Fantasy roleplay campaign using the Enemy Within, which is the big Games Workshop campaign, which is the first ever campaign, the first ever TTRPG experience I had back when I was in high school.
Aww.
And I have the book right here, just over here on the side. My mum,
I was like, what,
my mum
15
sent it
years
to
ago?
Japan.
oh no, oh no.
You're too kind. Plus some extras in there.
God, last time I saw high school was a decade ago.
Let me go. You decide where you're going or who you want to see visions of.
Yes.
Well,
I was saying that wouldn't the other question that you asked be more suited to the future for us seeing where a ritual would be taking place, so that way we could be there before it starts. I'm tired of stepping into them halfway or trying to stop them 2 days before they're about to get the robes out of dry cleaning. I would like to be there before it happens. Oh yay!
look at that.
So
Old
nice.
school, just like.
Oh yeah,
Oh, wow.
then
Black and white.
them
art.
stained papers. That's that secondhand smoke color.
Oh no,
Yeah.
it was. I bought it that color.
Really? That's so
Once that
funny.
got too real, no.
See, the rest is white.
I'm
Whoa.
you're just
Love
proving
that.
the point. What?
Love
You
that.
gotta dip it in some tea, right? Some tea leaves
Right,
in
you
there.
gotta
Get a
get
little
the-
treasure map thing. Yeah.
It's vintage.
Phantom, I appreciate you trying to keep them in. And look, here is a baby John with that same book.
Whoa.
Oh, love that.
This
Cute.
goes
The
in rarity
curtains.
up with like
Close the
baby
curtains.
Morgan Freeman. Like, why did I didn't know the tiny.
That's not real.
That's not
Love
real.
it.
This is a Photoshop.
I was actually I messaged one of that group yesterday because in those days we were either playing D&D or listening to Rage Against the Machine, and then I saw and then there was all the photos of Tom Morello at GaryCon last weekend with like
Oh,
some of-
Tom.
all of our friends.
Ah.
It's just like, yes, full circle,
Very
circle.
Full circle.
So yeah, there you go. Warhammer. If you want to head over to High Rollers and catch them playing this campaign, they are doing it now. It's probably been updated since, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what do you guys think of what I said?
I think
like
that.
I think
I
you're
agree.
smart.
Mm.
Thanks,
I mean,
voice
it
of
just-
God.
Yes, and.
Thanks.
It just means that we already have the answer for when they ask what we want for our future vision, but the present vision should just be the first question we had.
To diagnose the problem by seeing
Yeah.
where the infection lies.
Where's
And there
the
might
source?
they might coincide. Yeah, everything might just coincide. Isn't that right? I'm gonna get like a stuffed animal and like put it in like
Obsessed.
I have
Full
to now.
immersive
Hold on.
experience.
I'm
Wait.
gonna disappear behind the curtain. Don't pay me any attention.
Pay no
Look at the
attention to the
buns.
one behind the curtain.
The buns behind the curtain.
Who knows
Oh
what's
my
back
God.
there?
Shut up.
Cheez-Its.
Cheez-Its.
The
My
horrors-
army.
The horrors I have seen.
It's just only Cheez-Its.
All the way.
There we go.
All right, guys, let's go.
There we go. Perfect.
Is that Chokushi or Webster?
Look, no, like it's supposed to be a dragon, and it looks like a green moss minotaur. So I
Love.
So right now it's gonna be a hook horror. You could be whatever you want, baby. Right? Here's very, very tense emotion. You just in the background.
I think if you get into combat with the baby Bjorn on, you should have like on a D100 like a 5% chance that anything thrown gets caught in the hook horrors, like it just like grabs it. It's like,
Ah.
No, all my attacks of opportunity are just
Slashing.
it's just it slashing
extra
at
one
me.
piercing damage.
I'm suddenly I have a level in rogue, just sneak attack. Just sneak attack.
Sneak
In your
Yeah.
angry backpack.
Sneak a bit.
I'm really waiting for baby's
I don't
first
trust him to be
deflect
behind
missiles.
me. I don't trust him to be behind.
Valid.
Just to be where I can see him. I don't trust him being behind me.
We need a remake of the Luke Skywalker Yoda scene with Corbin and
Yes.
Yokara
There you go.
somersaulting through the jungle. Anywho, yes. What was your question for the present?
So I think what we are going to request Corbin to focus on with the crystal to summon the vision is of the source of the infection, essentially, like the source of all of this, and if there's like one like main
And-
bit.
Are we doing the source location of where it started? Because we kind of have that, or are
Yeah,
we
you have
doing
that already,
where
yeah.
it has gotten to?
Yeah,
Like
we know where
where-
it started. So like, yeah,
we
where
want
it's
to know
where
how
it's-
far it's gotten.
Yeah, or like where it's gathering, or that kind of vibe. Is
Does
that
it
sort of
seem
what
to
you're
have
thinking?
a point? Yeah, does it seem to have a direction it's all going? Like, remember when all the slimes were headed to that one central location? So we figured that's where they were all going. Is this infection also doing that? Does it have a central location it's headed towards?
Yeah, like a big main center of it all.
When you say infection, do you mean Zugtomois?
Yeah, sorry, we were trying to be dramatic with it. Whatever
Gotcha,
was making the woodlands and the woodland
yeah, but-
creatures and fae and everything are, yeah, all that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because that seems to be rather pressing in terms of urgency.
True. Okay, so are you going to focus on Blingdenstone?
With that.
That's
Focusing on
that's where all the oozes were. Or are you going to focus on the
If I focus on the
Yeah.
rot, what we're
Focus-
calling the rot.
I guess you could focus on like where the fuck is Zerktamoy at the moment.
yeah.
I'll do that.
I think, well, because it's like news. So it's like, what news is there of this place or of?
Yeah, where's the furthest news of it? Like, where has news reached? Because there's going to be I can think of only one or two things. Either there's warnings that it's coming, that is what I'll end up like focusing on, or they'll be like, what to do now that it's here,
Yeah.
kind of a thing. So those are the only two options I can think of. But that's what I'll be focusing on. And I'll mark that I only have 2 of these giant crystals, my stone giant crystals left, because I had 3,
doesn't-
but this kind of me using them. These aren't like the giants things, right?
Why don't you re-roll their charges like each day or something? Yeah, I think like every day you roll to regain charges or something, and then if it runs out, there's like a chance it'll break. I don't know. It's been so long since you got it.
It's been so long since I've gotten them, and I haven't used them. I've only used one.
Yeah, there's the time for it.
Yeah, taking the vision doesn't use a charge.
Got you. Okay.
This is its home.
My crystal. Little rock. Kind of crystal. But yeah, no, I look like I do when I'm in my hammock. My web hammock that Webster makes for us now.
Yeah.
Where me and all of my animals can grush in this really strong web hammock. So it's kind of like sitting with my legs crossed, that kind of butterfly mask. It always comes up when I meditate or do anything.
No worries, Papa. Yeah. So I just help Papa out here in chat. Yes, our
no problem.
our legal nationality is British, but nobody identifies as British. You are English, Scottish, Irish, or Welsh.
Yeah.
Which is confusing when the Northern Irish are Irish, but not from Ireland. Not from the Republic of Ireland.
They're their own thing.
They're figuring it out.
Indeed.
It puts him out. It's a political way of putting it, John. Political.
It's more figured out than it was. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Okay, so you focus on the last location that Zugtamoy was seen by Zakan. Zakan had eyes on Zugtamoy herself. Everyone got to see. Actually, no, none of the others were here yet. Yeah, Zakan, you're the only one who's seen actual demon lords, like in the flesh. You saw Demogorgon and Zugtamoy.
Yeah, in the flesh.
There's a common denominator here, Zakan.
It's almost like it's my fate to be dealing with all this shit.
So there might be a reason that on the channel here in the Wakiverse we call the players the fated ones. Right place at the right time.
When you find out the ominous nickname after joining the group.
Oh, did I not mention?
No.
So, as you focus on Neverlight Grove, let's have a look here. You get a vision of the Myconid settlements, the gigantic mushrooms and the towering throughout the cavern and the covering of all the surfaces with all of the organic material. But it is very much more in a state of decay than when you were there. And it's clear that Zugtamoy's influence has spread out from the back, where she was hidden away in the gigantic mushroom tower that was there, being prepared by her attendants as if for some special ceremony. And you still see Myconids moving around. You see Sovereign Philo, one of the two sovereigns that had been infected with Zugtamoy's spores, still moving about, although their physical form has changed somewhat and they are beginning to look a bit more decayed, a bit more influenced by the rot than they were when you were there, when they just looked like regular Myconids. And you can see that the entire grove just has spores that were Zakan, that were only present, and everyone sees the same vision, not just Corbin. The spores that were just prevalent in that back section where Zugtamoy was and was still kind of hidden away when you guys were there. Those spores are just spreading throughout the entire grove now. but you do not see sight of the Queen of Fungi herself. Just the Micronids kind of disconsolately shuffling around. And your vision returns to the library.
What were we missing?
Yeah, Kalo, you haven't been there, but you've seen other Myconid groves, I think, probably. And it was very, very much subdued, and the colours and the bright bioluminescence and phosphorus and things that's usually around was not there.
So we did all see this vision?
Yes.
Provided.
Yeah, everyone does, yeah.
So it didn't look like they were actively doing anything per se, like there wasn't a new ritual happening, or like things just seemed like a little more decayed than they were.
Yes, just further along.
Okay. Okay, well that's our present vision. So then I think with that kind of in mind, if I can do a thing, Zakan would probably like to think about wanting to be provided with the knowledge about other places that have fallen, like within the Underdark. So if there are places that have either already come under an abyssal invasion, or if there's a place where an abyssal invasion is happening right now. And if that falls under the category of the present.
The problem is, outside of visions, the only things that are mentioned here would be if there was a stone giant settlement under attack. They don't.
Does somebody have a base heavy truck nearby? Where's that? I'm hearing.
Sirenscape.
Sirenscape, yeah.
No, I know, but we know that he makes things happen.
It is known as deep bass bump.
What I say?
Bump in the night. Uh-oh, they're playing Magic the Gathering. If y'all hear screaming,
I know, right?
sorry.
It's okay.
Who has the aux cord? Can we change from Gregorian chants of ominousity? I don't like wow, that's what I call ominous. I would like us to change the CD we're listening to.
Obsessed.
There is a rumbling sound, Corbin.
Rumbling in my tongue.
As the library hears your outburst. And the crystals high up above the maze of staircases and walkways shift in scintillating colors. And music starts to magically emanate from the surfaces around you.
Hint taken. Thank you for the vision. It's a very young vision. Num 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 num.
This is the music you guys were warning me about a while ago.
You see this little...
I've never been happier to be in a library. Let's go.
Library should always do this.
Hey, library should always have high-paced zoot suit-like music.
I'm just imagining the Caleb Durs in suits, with the trumpets.
Right?
Just a whole big band of stone golems.
Yeah.
Make sure you tip the band.
Big stone elemental on the contrabass. Spinning it around.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so...
They all got stank face.
That's how you know it's good.
Right? It's the... They're into it.
Aggressive Kermit faces. That's how you know.
I've had that's a short weekend in New Orleans, but all the bands that we saw, they were so good.
Hell yeah.
So
Anyways.
after we get the present message, did they lead us to anywhere specific, or did we get kind of free reign of this area of the library again?
Yeah, you can go anywhere you like. Yeah.
Were there any type of, do you think,
Is there like a geography section so we can look at maps?
Are you sure this water's sanitary?
Sanitary?
don't recognize my Tantar? What? How dare you?
So let's have a look here. Yeah, so the records of the presence that you find yourselves in at the moment are run by Ermus, who commands a vast network of magically augmented subterranean beasts. Corbin, potential career path for you to follow. He uses as messengers, bringing him and sending news from giants throughout the Underdark, and sometimes from the dream of the surface world. Because remember, stone giants don't believe the surface exists.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like they're like
dreams
flat
to grow.
earthers almost.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It is I, Colvin. I live in the sky clouds. From
That's
another you.
Be
Don't
gone,
believe I'm from
figment
a
of
different
my dreams.
dimension. I thought they
Tell
were
me.
flirting for like a year and a half, and then I realized no, they're just dumb.
And he often, you think you could definitely find out records of what's happening in Gracklestug, because he's in contact with the Stone Giant Enclave there.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'd be interested to see what's happening there at present.
Oh, okay.
Because I mean, we left it in a bit of a hurry, and I think, if I recall, the guard was going to mobilize against the ritual that was happening to clear it out under
You
there.
could really see when
Yeah.
behind us as we ran out of the city.
Yeah.
You
It's fine, Anastasia. That was season. That was like season 3.
Made a
when
quick
I first
escape
showed
after
up.
baby napping.
Corbin, give me a wisdom check. Just straight up.
Okay.
Would enhance abilities still be going, or because
Sure.
since time is weird in here, I don't know how it would work.
Yeah, why not?
Timey-wimey.
Then take advantage on that wisdom check, Corbin.
Ooh,
Okay.
you love to see it.
Let's go.
Burned my only 4th level spell slot.
Oh, that's good because one was an 8, so I'll go with this one. That's a 13. Plus, you said wisdom save.
No, just wisdom check.
Just a wisdom check. All right, so just wisdom. That's +1, so it's 14.
Okay. Yep. So you find the records you're looking for relatively quickly. It does seem it is the majority of the records. It seems that's the person they have the most direct contact with, as they have the actual enclave in the city. Apart from other just stone giant only locations, this is the one of the non-stone giant places that they have the most information about. And as you're reading through the records together, you discover that the influence of the demon lords grows ever stronger in Gracklestug. Paranoia and fear are rampant, with Durgar barricading themselves in their homes and strongholds, afraid to venture out into the streets, even invisibly. Rumors abound of creatures active in the Dark Lake, and of secret rituals and offerings made to the Dark Waters to appease them. A number of foreigners have disappeared, and incoming trade to the city has slowed as outsiders depart or stay away. The conflicts between the Keepers of the Flame and the Grey Ghost Thieves Guild has come to a boil. Each side blames the other for recent happenings in the City of Blades and believes it can use the situation to its advantage. Keepers turn up dead, murdered by mysterious assailants, while agents of the Order use increasingly brutal methods to ferret out and eliminate the Grey Ghosts, or anyone believed to associate with them. And this seems to have come to a terrible head because the egg that the Keepers of the Flame accused the Grey Ghosts of stealing has not emerged.
Just slowly, just steps in front of Sharkushio.
Protect him from the book. The crystals.
And the lies it spouts. I'm playing.
Let's see. Da-da-da-da-da.
Is there anything about Captain Aird Blackskull of the Stone Guard in there?
let's have a look here. I'm going to go through in order. It seems that the Wormsmith, Thembershard, who appears in the D&D movie, seems to have found out that the Keepers were deliberately oppressing him, and there are rumors that he's plotting to thin their ranks and weaken their power.
I'm being oppressed.
Nope. And even though he's resigned to being trapped there just because of his size, because he is LeChuck.
Literally cannot leave.
Yep.
I may be stuck, but I'm gonna be stuck here on purpose.
Let's have a look here.
Snaz trumpets.
Anastasia's just gonna start dancing, doing the Charleston and shit.
I know you didn't see me over. That's why I had to call my name. I was like,
Ooh, okay, yeah, let's do this bit, yeah.
Anastasia and Corbin in the back doing the kid and play.
Okay. You see the final reports from the city are very, very worrying. The stone giants of the Enclave have actually left the city because things have gotten much worse, because there were secret organizations and groups within the Council of Savants, the Darrow leaders, and the Keepers of the Flame, who, driven by madness brought on by the demonic incursion, had decided that the way to solve their problems was to eliminate Thembershard and get themselves a more powerful patron and protector. So they hatched a scheme to sacrifice the dragon as an offering to Demogorgon and draw the demon prince to the city so that they could pledge themselves to them. Let's have a look here. It seemed that some of them were even convinced by their delusions that they would be able to bind or influence the Demogorgon's power. And that the Demogorgon would lead them to conquer the entire Underdark. There are rumors in Gracklstugh as well that Menzoberranzan was responsible for the incursion, and there were stories about the Drow raising an army of demons to a summoning spell gone very wrong, which the latter is the one that's true. Apparently, and this is interesting because you're getting information about Menzoberranzan here from the Gracklstugh information. There are reports that a demonic rampage has nearly destroyed the city of spiders, Caleb.
So it's bad in Ground Zero.
Oh yeah. And let's have a look here. Yeah, and the more militant factions, there's Zakan that you're asking about. The more militant factions of Gracklstugh are calling for a renewed war of vengeance against Menzoberranzan.
Interesting.
Yeah, probably Rishi,
Did an interesting question here. Did you say that plot against Thembershard was already attempted to be carried out, or they're discussing to carry it out?
They were planning to carry it out, so the Stowe Giants were like, nope, let's go.
Yeah. So, but no word out as to whether that's happened or not?
Not before they left.
Okay. I have an interesting thing that I would like to try, if it's all right. Can I use the spell Sending to contact Thembershard?
Okay. That's just
That sacrifice and summoning of the Demogorgon, the amount of power that he would get from that kind of sacrifice is deeply concerning.
Yeah, sure. Let's 'Cause that's just creatures on the same plane, right?
I think it's like any plane. Let's see. To a creature with which you are familiar, which we met Rashad in person.
You have.
And let's see. You can send the message across any distance and even to other planes of existence. But if the target is on a different plane than you, there's a 5% chance that the message doesn't arrive, which I assume is maybe a D100 roll or something.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So... interesting.
Got them 3rd level cleric spells now.
Nice.
That's the good stuff.
Did we level up?
No? Yeah.
Right, nice.
Still level 9.
Soon.
Come on, you've just joined us. You can't be that hungry for a level yet.
Always hungry for levels.
Yeah. And if it was possible
When
here,
you say all the stuff we did, the more I'm just saying level 9 seems high low for all stuff.
everyone else was just like,
Don't listen to me!
we need to do some XP grinding to the library.
Little library. Like one of those top levels in Kingdom Hearts. Just go to the top of Pride Rock and go.
Not Kingdom Hearts.
Okay.
Or with a bunch of QTs.
But if we have the maps and we found the other information and there's nothing for the sus wizard to find in the present, then and we should. Are we just kind of waiting to do the future vision, or are we gonna head towards that area? I'm not sure. I'm not understanding if this is like we went to the past section and now we're in the present section, and now we're gonna go to the future section. Is that how it is?
We physically moved, so like I guess it's.
Wanted to make sure. I wanted to make sure.
A lower level, a middle level, and then like a top level.
Got you.
I think is the layout. Yeah. Before we move on, can I do a ascending?
Please.
Okay.
I'll be your counter. Go ahead.
So I think they hold their staff, which begins to glow, seeing as it's their holy symbol.
Yeah.
And they focus on Thembershad, the big old boy.
And all the chunk.
And they think, so let's see. I've never done a sending spell. I hear them on Critical Role all the time, and they're so stressful.
Is this the one with the word limit?
You
Yeah,
only have
25
Yeah,
words.
you have like 2 counters. We're all ready. We're all ready.
We got this. We're good. We're good.
We're good.
You have to end it with X's and O's, though.
There's the Keepers of the Flame.
Right.
That wanted to-
XOXO,
yeah.
Flame Girl.
Okay. And it was the Keepers of the Flame that were trying to like sacrifice him, right?
And
Mhm.
along with the Darrow, the Council of Savants.
Yeah. Okay. So to Thembershad, they say.
So to Thember Short
Yeah.
Damn it, John, no!
I had to stop myself from doing it too.
Council and Keepers plan to sacrifice you to Demogorgon. This cannot happen. Trust no one. The egg is safe. And we'll finish there.
7 to
Hey!
spare. XO.
Oh, XO.
Are you pooping?
Hugs and kisses.
P.S. Go piss, girl.
All the critics have had their fill with Patch earlier today. It's okay. Dropping references all over the place.
At
Okay.
least it's references, not something.
Love Sakan. Yes. Okay. The reply thunders through your mind.
Yeah, I imagine it's got hurt.
Is this thing on? Oh, okay.
It's like grandma setting up a Zoom call.
Let me get the right angle. Can you see me?
shoulder, and neck. Like,
Hello?
Okay, so the reply comes back. Fear not, foolish plots burnt to cinders. My control is complete. Duergar wish to war with Drow.
Hey, music.
Bring me the egg. Bring me my son. 25 on the nose.
Attaboy.
That's the intelligence score of a dragon for you.
No.
No pressure, Dad.
So I think Zakan will report everything except for that they had mentioned the egg and that Thundershot wants the egg. Wants the egg back.
That face. Such anger. Such anger.
It's dagger I can't have right now, so just
No. When Charcuccio is big enough to make his own decision, then maybe he can go see Dad, Mom. I don't know what Thundershot is.
Parental
to
figure?
Charcuccio.
Parent.
Parent. Biological parent.
Good
Yeah.
day, parent.
Yeah, it's like when you have an adoptive child, you give them the choice when they're old enough to understand whether or not they really want to meet, their biological parents. Yeah. Charcuccio deserves that autonomy.
Absolutely.
Our coochie board, meet the rest of the table.
Anyway, once the sort of rumbling headache subsides, Zakan takes a deep breath and says, Gracklestug is looking to go to war with Enzo Branson, the Drow and the Duergar. Going to fight. But it seems that Thundershot is more or less in control of the situation in Gracklestug, and perhaps for the moment there's less to be feared of that sacrifice happening and that summoning going through.
Yeah. Zakan, your read on Captain Blackskull was, they're pretty smart and level-headed.
Yeah. So they're probably still doing something on the ground there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know if anyone else had any present things they wanted to research or. Are we future bound?
trying to make sure I don't have anything for the president.
Mm.
I think my any other questions like I would have to be future questions as well.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, I wonder, would the Stone Giants have any information on like places of celestial power or like relics that could be found that like they know of, like vaults or whatever?
Save slots.
Yeah.
Save
Where-
slots to your DLC store, please.
Yeah. Where's the Ultima weapon to defeat the Abyss?
Is that in the future, or
In the present, so that, like if it's a place that exists at the moment, that they would know about.
Again, they only have access to information from where there are other colonies, or where particularly strong incursions are happening, because they're using the spies to gather information.
Yeah. Okay. So, and the particularly strong incursions were Neverlight and Gracklestug that they know about. Oh, and Menzo Baranzan, of course.
Sudbludup. That's where
Sudbludup.
that's where you saw Demogorgon rise
Yeah.
out of the Dark Lake.
That's where we ran.
Presumably still bad over there.
So, Corbin, were you Did you join before that or after that?
No, I joined as that was coming to fruition.
Right.
One of the first combats I had was me low-key scaring everyone by like wailing on this fist.
Yes.
Because I started panic punching everyone.
Go to sleep, go
That's
to sleep,
right.
go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep, go
My
to sleep.
first fury of blows was me panic punching like 3 people and then diving into the water.
Valid.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, I think the way to do this is to abstract it, and for you to tell me like how many past things do you want to know, how many future things do you want to know, and then that's how many days you are here. And you know, as far as visions go, and then if you want to actually interact with the giants themselves, that's something that can happen. But unless you like really try to get their attention, or the library you know conducts them to contact you, they won't notice you're here. I think actually during your time in the archives of the present here, you do see one of the giants lumbering by. Where? Here we go. Let me put that here. I'll pop it on stream for you guys. There they are. The librarians. So you actually see one of these gigantic figures just moving by, and you understand that it's not difficult to navigate, but you do, you know, the steps of the stairs and things are slightly larger than you would normally be accustomed to.
The big steppies.
Swooping by in their robes, kind of toga-like robes. Except the one who just goes topless. He's just like, yeah.
He's proud of his body, and that's good.
I mean, it's looking good.
One thing I've read over and over: if you've got it, flaunt it.
Work too hard on these abs.
I work too hard. I read too many Stone Giant Fitness to not show it all.
Rock hard abs.
Ha.
Ooh,
It was right there. It was right
Right
there.
there.
We were all,
I
and we
thought
were
I'd be the
all.
one to do it.
Thank you, Steven. Thank you.
We all
Lions,
stepped over
love
that
lions.
one.
Right, we all just kind of like went, oh, excuse me, we're just not today. You were just like, oh, look, a penny.
Well, yeah, I guess if we're listing out like.
Yeah, I think we're ready
present
for the
things,
future.
Yeah.
Ready for the future.
Indeed.
Time keeps on slipping. Music starts playing as we go to the next section. Into the future. Slipping.
Okay.
Can you smell what the giants are cooking? Please. I made the mistake of looking at chat.
Never a mistake. Never a mistake.
Never.
Okay. So. You return, clambering up higher and higher, and as every time I say it, as you do, you see an echo that you've seen already, but at a different time of their life, clearly, and you don't even need to ask for this one, Kayla. As all of you are clambering up, you see cautiously and almost painfully looking, coming down the stairs towards you, a dwarf. And as they become closer, you clearly recognize them, although much, much older, as Bruno Battlehammer, the Dwarven King who sent you on your way from the surface. And the King's red hair has turned mostly white, and he's leaning heavily on a thick crystal cane. He's old, frail, and is muttering to himself. Excuse me, young uns.
Bruno?
That is my name, yes.
Do you remember who we are?
My young friend, I do not remember even why I am here. There was something, maybe a couple of layers down. And just continues kind of toddling past.
What news of Gauntlgrim? Does it stand?
Of course. Should it not?
It should, and I am glad to hear that it is there.
Yes. Yes, I'm sure. I'm sure they're fine. They're fine. Yes, Gauntlgrim. I remember that place. Visited. You know, I went there. I went there and I stayed there for some time. Yes. It was interesting. Nice place. Once overrun, don't you know? Yes. Yes, dwarves were reclaiming little by little. Yes. We drove them out. There was a drow like you, youngster. Yes. What's his name? He had a pet cat. Yes.
Black cat?
It was black, yes. What's his name? Do or die? No, it's alright. Something. Long gone by now, I'd imagine. I wonder how his war in Menzoberranzan went.
Never came back.
Did anyone watch D&D Direct the other day? Ari Salvatore announced the latest upcoming Drizzt book when they are going to wage war against Menzoberranzan.
Whoa.
Dun.
Timely crossover.
Good
Interesting.
I mean, it doesn't bode well for how long it's going to take to write it if, Bruno's this old now. So, George R. R. Martin School of Writing.
Yeah.
He'll finish it eventually.
Ruffus. It's just all writers, actually.
The first 7 grades are free.
That's how they get you. Okay.
First 7 semesters are free.
And then he seems to forget that you're there and starts muttering to himself again and starts hobbling off down the stairs.
Well, that's a good omen.
Is it?
I hope so. His mind seems to be gone.
His mind is gone, but that's with age. If he's coming from the top, that means the future. And if Gauntlgrim still stands, that means
Then
it
he
hasn't
knows
been
that.
overrun.
It was at one point.
Yes, because Kalo, there aren't multiple timelines in the Wakiverse.
Mike knows that. Kayla does not know.
Kayla doesn't know that.
True.
Kayla didn't know that.
I was chatting with the fabulous Hamilton, who does a great DM's Book Club podcast, and one of the episodes that they did a long while ago was an interview with the author of the Doomed Forgotten Realms.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I'm going to give that a listen.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Oh.
To the future.
For the future.
For the future.
Okay, you clamber up above, and up in the upper layers, you do come to the archives of the future. And again, those runic inscriptions that you are mysteriously able to read above the entrances of the various rooms. And they read, "The future is a song we remember, but we cannot rush to its end, lest we destroy the melody."
Yes.
Oh, that one's really good. Write that down.
For future reference?
Aha!
The whole night, huh?
Yep.
The whole night.
Mhm.
Yeah, every time someone makes a pun,
One of those
you
nights.
get disadvantage.
Now, unlike the other rooms in the library, these archives echo with the sound of running water. And the wall niches containing stone cylinders are also fountains, with water shimmering over the crystals as it falls.
Anastasia's gonna go and collect some in a bottle, one of the many little jars and bottles, and she's gonna collect some.
Corbin's like, can you get me one?
Got you.
Kayla's going to distract for the group. So, Zakan, let's finalize our question. We want to know where the next ritual is going to be, right?
I think that's probably the most pressing issue there, and yes, if we could find out where the next summoning or the next sacrifice is going to happen, then maybe we can at least buy us a little more time.
Now, Zakan, you remember a conversation you had with Tidra once, hoping that she would be able to, give you a peek into what's to come with all of their celestial power, and she warned you that anything that she could tell you was only a possibility.
Yeah.
And that nothing is set in stone, as it were. And the choices that everyone makes on a day-to-day basis still matter and can still change anything.
Yeah.
She told you something interesting. There was a woman. Actually, let's say a kind of teenage girl when she met her in the Great Forest towards the Sword Coast up on the surface near a place called Unicorn Run that Tidra had made the effort to visit once. And that was because this person was clearly out of time and out of place. And it seemed as though in that process and in that meeting she was able to converse with two entities within the single being. And whilst the girl did not know too much, this other entity, this kind of symbiotic entity that was part of her, had a great deal more knowledge. And as Tidra kind of talked with her, she heard of another world that this girl had been transported from. A world where the dragons all constantly work together to read signs and portents, and there is something they call the Draconic Prophecy, where they plot out all of the things that need to happen, all of the little possibilities that can be brought into being with little nudges of the timeline here and there. And the dragons themselves are responsible for the rise to power of certain entities, or a sudden person disappearing at an opportune moment, or a meeting between two folks that seemed like this huge happenstance, but it was actually the dragons working with their agents to direct the flow of history in towards these possibilities that they have read in the portents and visions that they have. And this girl's visit to your world was part of one of those draconic prophecy readings, and there was supposedly a ancient blue dragon named Caeruleus, who is right here, who
What's that dragon?
is actually
He's very small.
is actually on the Sword Coast and was here overseeing this girl's progress, shall we say. That she could, as a friend of Tidra's used to say, who was that? You forget for the moment, but someone used to say, being in the right place at the right time. Sorry, Bones. And hashtag sorry, Bones. You see, I'm politely leaving out that you met Arafor and his granddaughter last week.
We did, yeah.
One of the echoes.
That's the better.
And you and she told you that even these dragons, with their vast time that they have and the abilities that they have to investigate these things, are still unable to stop people throwing metaphysical spanners in the works, by doing whatever the fuck they want, and generally sending timelines of possibilities careening off on different paths. So
that young girl eventually snapped back to her own time and her own world kind of thing, like it reasserted itself. Or...
She did not mention that before she disappeared. But she did become agitated later, mentioning this same girl. And it seems that the girl had met Tidra's son? But that was the weirdest thing. Sometimes you would have conversations with Tidra or visions of Tidra, and she would not know what you were talking about if you referenced that. And I shall stop sidetracking. That is our offline Eberron game, everybody. And the Kalashtar, the one instance of Kalashtar that is not the same as the Chisenta's Tyranny and Snout of Omgar Kalashtar that are here. That was Imaskari portal shenanigans many eons ago.
Yeah, I feel like maybe this story came up because Zakan, when they were younger, I think young, had quite an interest in the Kalashtar because there's sort of an overlap between what Zakan is and what the Kalashtar are.
Well, yes, Tidra mentioned that this Kalashtar had met her son because her son is an Asama.
Yeah. So,
Indeed.
And I also think that maybe in what would be Zakan's sort of teenage, early 20s, they were really almost obsessed with this idea of what the dragons were doing, to engineer a fair and perfect and just world. If you can just be at the right place at the right time and do all these kinds of things, you can prevent evil from happening. They're sort of most zealous warrior of justice period in their life.
I think it was actually and I think it was actually this person whose name you just can't quite remember, this friend of Tidra's that you remember meeting, this concept of the right place at the right time. It seems that they were using the same concepts and ideas of the Draconic Prophecy to find what they referred to as fated ones. And Tidra actually let you know at one point that you were one of these, and this is why she had contacted you.
Oh yeah, Zakan's known this from way younger than any person should. It's why they're the way that they are. From earliest memory is what's happening right now. This is your destiny. And the fact that it's happened so much later when they're this old is like their constant worry. Like they hoped they would have been at the height of their power.
Right. But again, teacher always told you that the right place at the right time thing comes with the caveat of choice.
Yeah. So like, choosing to believe in that. But so yeah, like kind of reflecting on this, and I think like Halo is like sort of talking to them again, trying to run distraction, and Sakan gets that sort of faraway look, which I think the group knows is like they're not entirely there right now, but they snap back.
How does that work with the mask though? Is like do the eyes like dim a little?
I think they're like, I think their presence kind of dims a little bit.
Oh, wow, okay.
Like they just become like a little harder to see. Like, yeah, it's kind of like that, like almost a little mirage-y.
Okay. So yeah, sorry, I got distracted by my own multiverse lore.
We love that. We love that multiverse lore. It's all connected.
Right up.
And that's the offline stuff as well, so you don't get to hear very much. But the point I was trying to make is you warn the others not to hang too strongly on anything that is experienced here. Typhos coming in with a raid. Hey Raiders, how you doing?
Hey, hello.
Hi, friends.
Hello.
We are in the Stone Giant's library of Graven Hollow, trying to discover what information can be found on the demonic incursion into the Underdark as we play out of the abyss here. Excuse me, and out of the bus. Everyone off the bus.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, Howard Caleb shakes Zakan out of like sort of phasing out a little bit.
I think midway through the conversation, he sees the flicker. At that point, it's probably well enough that they've traveled that long and kind of just... Zakan, you... Hey. Zakan.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was elsewhere, but I'm here.
Yeah, no, I could tell. So... To reiterate, we want to see where the next potential ritual is, correct?
Yes, I think if we can at least have a direction, but we may not be able to stop it regardless. The dragons, they believe that if you know the future, you can destroy whatever obstacle, change whatever mind you need to change in order to make it happen, but it doesn't work that way. We can know where this thing might happen, and we can try and stop it, but there's no guarantees.
You have to stop looking at it like we're peeking past a curtain that we're not supposed to be peeking past. This is the same as if we walked into someone's office, found their plans, and are trying to stop it before they come to fruition. If you look at it as anything more, you're going to give yourself an embolism.
Or an
We're
anger.
info hunting. We found the information. We should be fine. We're not asking what day we win. We're not asking when something is going to come down from the heavens of the surface and save us all. We're asking where the next place to go is. Everything should be fine. And they're like gonna walk over and like hold your hand while they're saying like everything should be fine. We just found the best spies ever. Right?
Any information is
where I
better than none.
Where I make everything simple again.
No, you're correct. And if we can save even one person, then it's worth it.
That's always been the case. I think we've saved quite a few people.
It's good to try and remember that. And let's see what we can dig
I'm
up.
loud, so I am not letting you forget. But they do, like, when they went to like hold your hand, they do put the stone like in your hand.
Ooh.
All right, well, together then.
Together.
Hold the dark crystal at me, I'm gonna cry.
Come join us. Like, no,
Come
no,
join
not,
the circle
not,
of friends.
not you, Seamus. Ah, poop. Kalo, Zakan, Anastasia, Zerktamoy comes in. No, not you, Seamus. Like, ah, poo. It is
Just Corbin like
back.
shoving it out.
You can get out of here.
That one Galabdor who's been hanging around. Oh, it's lunchtime. Just wanted to let you know.
I just wanted to be involved.
I'll take my bone broth.
Still a little mug.
Options were given. Any food you wanted was available. The choice was bone broth.
Biscuits and gravy. That's a little shout out to you.
Taste buds have been acting weird lately, so
Gotta clear my sinuses.
Okay. So, you continue up and into the area of the future here, and Corbin, you use your crystal and request a vision of a ceremony to come, a ritual to come in the future. The vision you receive is shrouded in chaos. The entire future of the Underdark, of the material plane itself, is at risk of being overrun by the Abyss and its complete and utter chaos. You experience surges of anger and violent thoughts, voices in your mind arguing with each other as the duplicity of the Demogorgon tears through you. The rage of Baphomet, of Yinogu. The fear that this is all lies, as Fraser Blue's influence is felt. And you feel that your mind is trying to wade through an impossible morass as you're attempting to see the future as Juiblex, the demon lord of oozes, is experienced. But then all of you see pinpricks of light flickering, bioluminescing, and the entire vision, almost as if someone had cast fairy fire or something, the entire vision becomes illuminated by spores. Luminescent and drifting lazily around. The spores then start to shift and focus and gather around Corbin, the spore druid.
Yeah, okay, fair.
And as they do, they twirl around you, and you are lifted up by these spores and illuminated from all sides, shining brightly in the vision, in the darkness that's around you. And then you feel your consciousness connecting, much like you did with the Myconids of Neverlight Grove, that communal awareness. But you're almost knocked unconscious by the vastness of this connection. And you become aware of a name. Aromicus. Aromicus is an enormous fungal entity that occupies a huge swath of the entire Underdark. Its villi and tendrils stretching and reaching through the caverns and tunnels, spreading far wider than any other natural entity, any other natural occurrence of fungi or a similar, plant forms on the surface or down here in the Underdark. And as you become aware of this entity, another force of will enters the vision. That of Zugtamoy, the demon queen of fungi. And you see a vast gathering of oozes and slimes and myconids and other creatures, demons chittering and dancing, capering about the edge of your vision. Or did you just imagine them? And you see that a vast ceremony is taking place. And Zakan, as you're all experiencing the same vision, just Corbin is connected to Aromicus. Zakan, you realize what you saw in Neverlight Grove, what you saw in the gigantic mushroom chamber, the tower. Zugtamoy was being attended by their servants. You saw them, you flash back to your memory of seeing them being draped with filaments of kind of fungal kind of cloth almost. Dressed almost.
I think they were preparing for a wedding.
And you realize it was a wedding dress. Yes. And Corbin, Kato, Anastasia, and Zakan, you all see the ceremony taking place. But Zakan, you also become aware that it is not Zugtamoy's true intention to wed this creature, but the actual ceremony is in fact a demonic rite of domination. And you see flashes, time jumps as the ceremony that might happen in the future unfurls before you, and the rite is completed. Let me show you on stream, because there's some rather fabulous art for this. And you all see that as Zugtamoy dominates this vast organic essence, this creature, this existence that just spreads throughout the entire, almost the entire Underdark.
Why
You
is
see-
Zugtamoy fighting the Underdark's nervous system? I just want to know.
You see
I've got
Zugtamoy,
questions.
if she gains control here, she will gain the power to transform the entire Underdark into her new abyssal domain. She will let go of her connection to the abyss and bring her domain, her rule, to the material plane.
And that's the explosion into the surface, the hillside that ruptured with millions of corrupted myconids pouring over towns and
Yes.
villages.
Indeed. Mike has seen that doomed Forgotten Realms map. There is a vast section of it which is Zugtamoy's terrain and Zugtamoy's domain. You see other possibilities flitting and swirling around this vision of this doom that will befall the material plane, as there are several potential problems. Things that could stop this from happening. You see visions of a core of resistance within the Myconid community. Sovereign Basidia, the one who refused to succumb to her spores in Neverlight Grove. You see her rage, Zugtamoy's rage against Juibrix, the demon lord of the slimes, until now forced to share her domain with him. And you feel a determination wash through all of you. And know that it is the determination of this group of adventurers that may also stop this from coming to be. You see visions of Basidia, the sovereign of the Myconids, the mushroom people, traveling to vast caverns that seem to contain the core of Aromicus, reaching out with their telepathic connections to join with the consciousness, the mind that is this vast, vast being, trying to free it from Zugtamoy's influence. You see visions of Druiblix taking the opportunity to crash the wedding ceremony, and the demon lords doing battle. You see yourselves severing the connection between Zugtamoy and Oromikos, allowing Druiblix to destroy her demonic form in the material plane. And then you see a tide of oozes and slimes threatening to wash over you all. And you are hurled back from this vision of the future, these potentialities, these possibilities. And find yourself, once more, the sound of running water washing past you. Once more back in the archives of the future in Graven Hollow. Hey, Ice and Juniper, how you doing? Welcome in. Sorry, I was in a moment there.
Corbin.
In the thick of things.
In the thick of it.
Yeah, I think is Corbin like lowered back down to the ground, like Zakon's at their side, like helping them back up.
Just like Kayla right there helping out.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, shit.
Appropriate response.
First vision of apocalyptic doom, it hits pretty hard.
Like, normally it's just what I normally think is going to happen during the day. But this wasn't even my fault.
Yeah, one thing to think and another to know, to see it.
You're going to be so mad at me. You're talking to Zakon. Corbin's just directly talking to Zakon
specifically?
right now. You're going to be so mad at me.
No, I think that I was right. You're meant to be here, right now. And that the one who is the most important to stop this is you.
Ew.
Raises a hand.
That's our end character. That's our end character answer to what you've just said to them.
DM raises a hand. I was very happy when the choice of Spore Druid was chosen.
Yay!
I've suspected.
Well, but guess I'm gonna. Well, I guess I'll be the harbinger.
Spore Jesus.
Poor Jesus.
I am
Spore Jesus.
so down to be Spore Jesus. No wonder I get along with all of the animals of the Underdark. Suddenly, Corbin's arc doesn't seem like such a joke now, does it?
Oh, this poor Jesus is a real fun guy.
No,
Hey.
Bye. Bye.
We've settled on Bunzamov the Collector, and we will give me the respect.
Nobody getting
I
disadvantage for
deserve.
that. Smite him, chat. Smite him.
Please in chat, you have to discourage this.
We've gone with Buns. Please change my name on the overlay to Bunzamov the Collector.
And you gotta counteract it. And Michael by himself inspirations there.
God damn right.
Now, we are a smidge early, but I think that is a very nice place to stop. Just 10 minutes shy.
Corbin is so tired.
Yeah, that would be a very draining experience, definitely.
That scene in Pokemon where all the Ash's Pokemon come and hug him in the snow, like that's what's happening.
Yeah. Do you want some biscuits and gravy?
Yeah! is. I just wanted to have gotten it wrong the first time because it's Sean and it'd actually be like the best like cookies. I don't know why you want this, but okay.
Excellent. Okay, thank you, my friends. Lots of interesting stuff dropped there. All the stuff happening. So next time, I think we shall find out whatever other little bits of information you desire to see. See an echo or two, and be on our merry way, wherever that may be, as you head back out into the Underdark. And I suppose, yeah, Vince Vaughn was at Gary Corn as well. Yeah, he does like D&D, so yeah, this is our version of the Wedding Crashers.
I've been waiting for the right moment to use that pun. Don't you take this from me. I've been saving it.
Please, everyone, note it.
Write it down.
Off limits. Okay, so a massive thank you to everyone that has joined us today, and I'm excited to see what happens here. All of the potential horror that has been unfurled here, and the places that we could go. Yes, as the Khan put it, ground zero at Mensa Baranzan. This wedding ceremony that is going to happen at some point in the future. And this mysterious drow mage, Vizerin. What is his plan, and how might you help him put a stop to all of this madness? And if you find out, please tell me. The time I use it upon my players.
Hey, and if any of you in chat know, like, let us know, because we're fumbling.
No spoilers.
Please, it would be great. Oh, damn.
Okay. Yes. That vision was basically just the opening 2 paragraphs of chapter 16.
Oh, this is what can happen.
Sorry, let me give it its full title. Chapter 16, The Fetid Wedding. Okay. Thank you, my friends. As we say goodbye to these excellent people, we will be drawing the winner of our giveaway, as Rishi has jumped in there, I see. Good luck, everybody who's in there already. Let me quickly go over to our new overlay thing here. Boop. Today we have a fabulous thing to give away to one of you lucky people. The Redwoods from our good friends at CGRPG. Awesome encounter design and amazing things. Beautiful maps, interesting stat blocks and original stat blocks and items for your games. Please do give them a look. Let me drop their thing in the chat. They have an amazing Patreon, and their newsletter is really good as well. Link to that on that page. And the Redwoods here is an interesting encounter or one shot. If you can drop it into a larger campaign or play it as a one shot or a few shot. And it is about a magical area of woods protected by the Fae that live there, but under threat from an evil group of druids. Can the adventurers help with the situation? And this also has a new druid subclass in the mix as well, from these evil druids. So if you are interested, please do check it out. Okay, now back to these fine folks. Everyone, let us wrap things up here. I want to try something a little new. I was watching Patch earlier, and we have several other friends that do versions of this. I do this with Candlekeep. I would like to expand it out to my other campaigns as well. So, as we go around the overlay here, please, if you would be so kind, let us know who you are in the material plane and what is going on in your world, and what did you enjoy, and or what are you looking forward to in the future here. So, just leave the library here. Okay, let's go clockwise around from me. Zakan, where can people find you on the material plane? Then, what did you enjoy, and or what are you looking forward to?
Hi there. Oh, I'm liking this little jam here that we got going. So I am Steven. I've played Zakan, our Aasimar cleric / ranger. And you can find me in the material plane either here every week, or otherwise you can find me on Twitter at Distant Shores, where I mostly talk about Japan and design stuff, but if that's your bag, come check me out. As for what I enjoyed, I very much always like getting lore from the other campaigns. Like I don't personally as a player have like a lot of time to always watch all the other streams on QuestJunkiesUK, and so I like hearing about all these little connections and things, and this one was the offline game, so
It's funny.
I just think it's cool.
Sometimes people ask me, it's like, how do you run so many campaigns at the same time? I was like, no, it's one campaign, just different groups experiencing it at the same time. Thank you. I do worry that I ramble sometimes. So.
Oh, and it was also cool to like hear where all the places we've been are like doing. That was a cool like check-in.
Indeed. Yeah, there is more to be learnt there if you wish to see visions of that. And the Kalash star in question is Merrin's character, who people will know from Barovia and beyond. But that is her offline character.
One that Corey met?
In which when was that happening?
Back in Waterdeep.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, of course. Yeah. That's
I
yes.
mean, it was the debut of the
You've met
character.
the character as well. Yes, that's right. Yes, of course.
I have.
yes. She started in Dragon Heist. That's right.
That's right. Wonder what Corey's up to. How he's doing.
The Candlekeep Mysteries crew went to Troll Skull Manor and went to the tavern, and they went through the tunnels that Xanathar bored with his destruction ray when he was running away from you guys.
Yeah.
And they went down to Skullport.
Nice. Well, call me in for a cameo anytime.
Can it? Okay, and moving around, Corbin, please.
Corbin, who's that? It is I, Buns, at least on the material realm, where you can find me on Twitter at HoneyBuns and on Twitch at BattlescarBunny, though it's kind of dusty over there right now. Don't worry about it too much. So normally you can find me here on Wednesdays. If you want to see me as not a player full of chaos, but as a GM trying to contain all of it, then you could try to check me out on Magpie Games, or even start playing games where I'll start running my own stuff soon.
You'd think Buns would have a little more sympathy for me, knowing what's going on.
Nah, homie. I'll have my own happy endings. I'm naming all my NPCs Air4 now. He's mine.
Oops, all Arafals.
That'll be my gym. Everyone's
like
name is Air4.
Being John Malkovich scene. Everyone's Arafal.
Who is it? Oh, but that is where you can find.
And your moment?
My moment? Well, the thing that I
Still
enjoyed
future.
the most about this story, or at least which is what I just call all our episodes, like today's story. My favorite part, I think, was going through the library. I wasn't here to experience it last week, so being able to kind of go through it and see it. And I have a big library and like my own giant Bunsverse that I have. I have a giant library that is basically a multi-dimensional hub itself. So I like seeing other people's giant fancy magic libraries.
Awesome.
It's like when you show puppies to each other. That's how I feel when I go there.
Yeah, like
people's.
Yeah, it's
like
fun.
big-
It's fun to
big monuments.
experience.
Right?
Yeah.
Now, as for something that I look forward to in the future, I think that my biggest thing is going to be how we, as a kind of a group thing, like all of us have all these different moments, especially now that I'm apparently going to be Spore Jesus. I think in the future, I'm interested in seeing how everybody is basically going to like help each other through this. Because we all have really good moments, and they come out of nowhere, and they surprise me sometimes when we have like those deep random. I'm looking forward to what those are going to be in like wartime. So bad to say it that way, but I'm
conflict is coming.
I'm looking forward to all the angst and drama. Kind of messed up. But...
Kayla, your good self.
Friends, hi. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Mike, Grim and Chat. For now, you can only find me here on Wednesday evenings, Thursday mornings, and when you turn off the stream, I will cease to exist. However, I am being put through a rigorous space program, so do check back in a month and see where that heads.
Indeed. Looking forward to it. Yes. April 22nd?
22nd.
April 22nd. I think that's the first time I said the date on stream. Coming.
Gasp.
coming to a section of realm space near you, so wild space near you. Okay, and last but not least, by any measure you care to employ, Anastasia.
Hello, hello. I am Smallbird Lex. You can find me at Smallbird Lex and Smallbird Art. I do D&D cosplay and art. I do actually have commissions open. I have lately been specializing in busts for people's streams. I'm doing one right now, and I'm pulling my hair out. But please give me more reasons to pull my hair out. Give me money. Give money.
She's got plenty of hair, so it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, right? Oh look, there's more. Oh wait, there's more. Oh wait, there's more. But my microphone.
It's okay. Sounds okay.
Technical difficulties at the end. But yeah, you can find me here on Wednesdays. You can find me on Sir Pfeffer's Twitch on Saturdays if you want to see me as a level 20 Firbolg barbarian. Again, I've grappled a dragon and I have one-shot a spider god. So if you want to go see that stuff, go check that out.
Fabulous. Thank you.
And my favorite moment was finding out that our Corbin was Sport Jesus. I think that was probably the favorite moment.
Oh.
We got our own Sport Jesus.
Help
And
me!
I definitely look forward to seeing how that's going to go and how that's going to be incorporated through everything and how we're going to deal with that.
Season 1 Aang. I am a 12-year-old bald man. Bald boy in an ice bubble.
Instead of like, say, peace be with you, my children, it's peace be with you, my Selim.
Get one last fun in.
One more. One for the road. There,
Right, just one for the road.
Okay.
Attaboy.
Thank you, everyone. Absolute pleasure as always. And everyone over in chat, absolute pleasure to have you all chatting away and hanging out. Thank you so much for joining us. And we will be back. No Barovia and Beyond, I'm afraid, this week, because lots of work stuff going on for me. But we will be back with the Candlekeep Mysteries crew Friday night or Saturday morning, depending where you are in the world. And that'll bring us around into next week. We'll be back on the Cholton Peninsula in the jungles with the fabulous Tomb of Annihilation crew. And then back here to see what awaits our friends before we move on once more to Ravenloft and Chicenta next week. Absolutely awesome as always. Thank you all so much. Let us see who our lucky winner is today of the Redwoods. Let me do a quick refresh here. Actually, it looks okay. Yeah, everyone's in there. Yeah, Rishi's in there. Okay, so closing up those entries. Good luck, everyone. Today's copy goes to
Drum roll.
Rishi. Congratulations, mates.
Attaboy, Rishi.
No, that's going to go to a good place. Excellent. Okay, so yeah, I'll send you the link for that soon, my friend, and we will see you all again. And there will be more chances to win. We have a copy to give away in Candlekeep and the Tomb of Annihilation on the weekend. So if you fancy having that Fey goodies in your game, please do join us for those. Right. Okay, my friends. Awesome
Probably
stuff.
no better stream for winning like cool indie creator D&D stuff than this one right here. Like,
Yes, indeed.
yeah, we're a smaller stream, always something cool each week. So definitely.
Yeah, thank you. And yeah, huge love to CZRPG for the wonderful support that they give us. Stay tuned. They have an awesome Kickstarter coming up soon. So stay tuned for that and you'll hear all about it from us. And a very special giveaway coming up in the near future. More than usual. So stay tuned for exciting things coming there. Okay, let us head off and raid out like the lovely Titanoans did for us. Thank you. Who's on at the moment? Lots of people. Let's have a look here. Wow, so many people. Okay. Ah, yes, okay, that makes it an easy choice. Our stream team buddies over at Chaotic and Writer are streaming at the moment, so let us go and see what is happening over there. My friends, stick around for that raid if you've got them. Let those phoenixes fly. But till next time, as we like to say around these parts, oyasumi nasai. Oyasumi.
Yasumi.
A massive thank you for joining us today. I hope you enjoyed that session. And let us also say thank you to the wonderful folks who support the channel. CZRPG, Phoenix Dice, Troll Games, and of course the fabulous Sirenscape. If you would like to check them out, follow the links in chat, and of course, jump on those tasty coupons if you want to get some discounts on awesome things for your games. CZRPG is a constant source of inspiration, with their fantastic products, interestingly written, beautiful maps, dynamic encounter design, original monsters and magic items. Do join their newsletter for all of the information about what's going on with them. And of course, where would we be without those gorgeous Click-Clack Math Rocks from Phoenix Dice, an amazing producer of interesting designs, guaranteed to roll well for players, not so well for GMs sometimes, but that's the way we play. Now, if you would like to support this amazing company with their recycled materials and very eco-friendly way of doing business, do give them a click and look at all of the beautiful, beautiful dice that they have over in their store. Trolllord Games, all of our friends over there, they have their own original Castles and Crusades system, lots of stuff for D&D and all sorts of amazing TTRPG stuff in their store. Click on that link and get your adventure underway. And of course, last but not least, by any measure you care to employ, Sirenscape, a fantastic source of music and sound effects that just takes your game to a new level. Fantasy, science fiction, mystery, heists, whatever type of game you're playing, whatever system you're playing, Sirenscape has the sounds for you. And you can pipe that all over the world to wherever your players are through their online player. And if you would like to, you can get yourself a free trial by following the link. And if you become a Super Siren, you can get access to all of their hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of options, make your own original sound sets, and support us too via our affiliate link there in chat. Okay, that's all for today. Another massive thank you, and we look forward to seeing you all very, very soon. Stick around for the raid. If you've got them, let those phoenixes fly. But till next time, as we like to say around these parts, Oyasumi Nasai.